If the blade height is under control, so if every athlete without random foils understands that you just want to place the blade in the water, let it float by itself, and then just hang and drive, and don't alter handle height as much as possible, this will create a common idea of how to move the body without talking about how to move the body. Sometimes you have to teach things without explaining things in detail. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. This video reached me from Cambridge. Lindig sent me his footage and asked for some feedback about his 8 in practice. Now, what is it that they can improve, and what are the main things that make this boat not faster than it probably could be? First up, the essential problem is that the phase of joint acceleration with the same effort is too short, and therefore this boat is not as fast as it could be. Let's have a look at the following thing right there. This is Vimeo. I can't really go frame by frame, I see. At least I don't know how to do this here. Nevertheless, I will just have to stop. You can see that, first of all, the angles are different. That's not a big problem. The problem is why they're different. And the why explains why there are different acceleration phases. The main problem is that the idea of how to use the legs, how to use the upper body, and how to keep the blade stable in terms of height is massive. The first reason why the joint drive phase is too short is that the blade height control is simply not given amongst the entire crew. If you guys mounted Randall foils, you probably could eliminate 95% of this issue, which would give you automatically a longer drive phase, because you can't go too deep anymore unless you have somebody killing fish intentionally. If the blade height is under control, so if every athlete without Randall foils understands that you just want to place the blade in the water, let it float by itself, and then just hang and drive, and don't alter handle height as much as possible, this will create a common idea of how to move the body without talking about how to move the body. Sometimes you have to teach things without explaining things in detail. Afterwards, all right. During the practice, no. So what I usually do is just have everybody sit at the catch, barely have vertical control over your blade. Just put it 3/4 slide at the catch in the water. For practice, only 3/4 slide, more stable. And just let me show you. And just let it drive. Hang on and watch what it does. Let it float, only have a hook grip, and let it, and just pull a bit on it, and make sure that your blade height doesn't change. That's crucial, absolutely essential. Because right now, we see that blade heights actually do change throughout the entire drive. And it starts off with where the blades are at the catch. Off the water, close to the water. Close to the water. I'm not talking about body angles here. It's just the blade control is essential. If they have a common idea of, okay, I should let the blade float at the catch, then it's much easier to control. Because if you know where you want to go at the catch, no, don't just smack it in there, or have a quick connection. That's already too much information. Just let it float, hang, don't change the handle height in terms of vertical position. And my experience is that this is the greatest thing you can do instantaneously. Give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions, and they will grasp this idea and understand. This will then lead to the point where you have a pretty common idea of how leg to upper body works. What you could do now, and what is not as effective, is to tell everybody legs a little longer, no, use the upper body later, you use it a bit earlier, don't lean back so much. These are byproducts and symptoms. You want to change the cause, and the cause for me is blade control. Because if I move my body in a way where I can apply force without changing the height of the blade in the water, or the height of the oar handle, then their bodies, which are all uniquely built and therefore have to move differently if they want to have the same influence on the boat, will move the right way individually, but unified at the same time. And this is the best advice I can give you as a team. And for me, it has always played out well. Accept what the boat can do and what it cannot do. And it cannot go fast if your blade heights change. If you have Randall foils available, use these, because this will help you. People just feel much better where to go. I made an interview with Jack Skuse from Montgomery Bell Academy in Nashville, Tennessee. He equipped this entire school because he says students understand much quicker where the blade should sit. And sometimes I hear the argument, yeah, but it's like cheating because it's just blah blah. If you think it's cheating, don't use big blades, use Markham blades, use wooden oars, use wooden boats. You know, if carbon oars are cheating, I don't know. So the idea is it just helps you to understand much quicker where the blade should sit. In kayak, blades always have this upper lip a bit. So it does help you to stabilize much quicker. And therefore, this idea of how to move the body in order to achieve the common objective, the common goal, not to disturb handle height, will lead to the point where you accelerate nicely and effortlessly. There are many more things to talk about, Christian, but this is the most important thing, and I think it will change everything. You don't have to put on handle foils right now. Teach them proper handle height. Teach them, just let the blade float where it is, drive. And you start out doing this with just a lot of basic training. So stop, stand still, boat comes to a standstill, go to the catch, full slide, 3/4 slide, hook grip only, no vertical height change. And you as a coach have to be very careful and double check that the guys actually are really careful about not influencing handle height, especially when it comes to the finish. Because then they will face the point where the outside part of the oar handle will actually be on chest height where it should be all the time. You know, this is one of the positive byproducts. Gorgeous place where you're rowing, by the way. All right, Christian, I want to keep it short because I think this is everything that needs to be said is said, has been said. And if you can get this right, please send me another video. That I would love to get this. All right, good. Ladies, gents, I hope this was interesting. I hope it helped you. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see you all in the next video. And if you're interested, join the Live Indoor Rowing Coaching Sessions, rmtraining.com. This is also where you find all the info on how to send me footage for the video analysis. Take care, and I'm looking forward to see you all soon.